Thank you.
Aloha. I've only said less than 1% of the 1,200 indigenous languages that exist in the Pacific and Oceania, which is in Aotearoa as well. So Aotearoa is one of those Oceania languages. So we've got Te Reo Māori, English, and sign language on this side. So I'm just saying basically all the hellos that I possibly can from my knowledge and my worldview, so that I can actually relate and connect to anybody in the room that comes from those places. Because from my whakaaro and from my worldview, my name is Maluseo Joseph Toliane Monisi, and all of those names are gifted from the people who loved me, who loved to make sure that I'm the living representation of them. So I actually stretch that worldview all the way to you. You are currently the living representation of your people and your intelligence and your plight. So for all of you to be in this room right now, and I just want you to take a moment, look around, please. Look around at everybody in this room. Make sure you at least see all the bodies in this room. It's taken us years to connect as the living ancestors of our people and our lineage. Can we just give a clap to that, please? Louder. So you might think it's this wishy-washy world, but for me and my worldview and the people that come with me, so I'm not here to represent myself and uplift myself. So right now I'm actually going to take the time to actually ask for your permission for me to be 100% authentic and unapologetically myself. Can I get that permission from you? I think, can I get that permission from you? All right. So when you said yes, you also gave yourself the permission. You also gave yourself the permission to be weird, to say some fuck shit. Sorry, love you. To be yourself, but at the same time to understand that we're operating in a space of love, okay? We're operating in a space where we actually want to connect and reconnect, and then also dismantle and remantle. I don't know if remantle is a word, but I totally went there. But yes, so before we start there, I just want to acknowledge the mana whenua and the kaitiakis of this whenua. So Ngāti Haua and Ngāti Wairere, and not so much just to acknowledge in a really like surface level way of just saying, yep, we see the relationship. I want to actually evoke a space. So if you're on table 1, 2, and 3, so can you just give me some noise? 1, 2, and 3, you are a village. Give me some noise. Woo! All right, 1, 2, and 3, make some noise. Okay. No judgment, this village is still for me. All right, the last group 3, give me some noise. All right. I feel like the frequency and vibration could be a little bit loud on that side, but I'm not judging. So this group, your calling is ki. So I want to hear you say ki with some mana and with some energy and with some, even if it's the end of your day, give me the rest of it so that you can pour something else in before my speakers. So if it's the last of your energy, and this is for all the groups, pour it out. Fill it in with something else, okay? So this group, I want to hear you say ki. Ki. Okay, wait. As a village. 1, 2, 3. Ki. Ooh, okay. Come on, see out the villages. I'm waiting for you to show up. Put me in the middle way. These two, you're calling O. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. O. Ooh. Wait. You wrote something in my foot. You're right. I was kidding. I was about to bounce a TikTok for y'all. This one you're evoking something different. So I want to hear you roll your tongue. Ra. Okay? So ra on 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Ra. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was ready for that, but I'm really watching on that. All right, so group 1, ki. Group 2, oh. Come on. I want you to give me all of it right now, okay? 3, 2, 1. Group 1, ki. Oh. Ra. Ki. Oh. Ra. Ki. Oh. Ra. everybody. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Ki o ra, ki o ra, ki o ra, o ra, o ra, o ra, ki o ra, ki ra, o ki.
All right, we're getting tired, all right? I'm just making sure that I'm feeling the people in the room, okay? Thank you so much for jumping into that space. So, like I said, my name is Maluseo Joseph Pilani Monisi, and I come as we. So I could not be me in this space without the we that added to my recipe for being here. And I acknowledge that 100%. And if you can acknowledge that within your own recipe, clap. So to me, I just really want to share that Waikato because that's deeply woven in me. It took me ages to get out of ego. Because I'm like, the ego in me is like, yes, I'm the man. Yeah, y'all know I'm the man. Like, come on, look at my jacket. I paid for this. Good money. But the actual person that wants to relate is saying, man, come on. I see your smiles. I still see your smile. And at the same time, I just want to be ignited. I want to feel like I belong. So to me, today's about exploring ignorance. And I want everyone to say to somebody, exploring ignorance. Go hard. Exploring ignorance. The only reason I want to say that is because I want you to safely bring somebody into the space where we explore what it means to navigate the uncertainty. And we've got two beautiful speakers today that will actually give us some guidelines and share these stories. And they're sharing these stories from a heart space. So we need to receive it from the heart space. So I want you to whakarongo from your ears, go from your mind, your heart, and your gut. Your 3 ears that you're listening from. If your mind is telling you, oh, I don't know if I can relate to this, close that off. Listen from the heart and the gut. And vice versa. If you're feeling unease in the gut, go away. 6-pack. I told you I'm going places, okay? So we're not unapologetic. This is me, okay? So before we jump into the official things of going left and right, I just have some official notes. So massive thank you to this venue, so Hamilton Gardens. Just in case of any emergency, please, just an easy, slow breeze to the little green spot out there. So at least that way, that's our fire exit. And at the same time, the food that's in front of you, completely vegan, apart from the cheese and the little bread thing. So if you're not in that space, please look after your gut. Listen to your gut. Yeah? With that being said, I just want to do a little bit of whakapono at the moment because I feel like I'm connected to you, but I want you to be connected to each other. So I'm just going to number you off. So 1, 2. So only 1 and 2. So Jimma, you're 1, 2.
1, 2,
1,
2,
1, 2,
1, 2.
1, 2.
1,
2, 1,
2.
1,
2. 1, 2.
1.
You. 1, 2. 1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2. 1,
2.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1,
2. 1.
2.
All right. Now, before we jump into the space where we're going to be moving around to this space here in the front, I just want you to take a moment just to affirm your intelligence. So if you don't think that you're intelligent, or if you think that your proximity to the word intelligence is far, far away, I'm here to tell you, dismantle that right now. You're already intelligent. Being here, you walked yourself here because you know that you want to connect. You know that you want to go and belong to something more than just yourself. So just dismantle that right now. You are intelligent, full stop. Okay? And before we jump into uncertainty, I actually want you to root yourself in certainty. So I want you to think about 3 things that you know that is certain about you is true. So think about it. So just take the time. I'm going to give probably, play some music, maybe 30 seconds. Just think about 3 things that you know is certain to be true about yourself. So before we explore uncertainty, I want to explore firstly the certainty. Okay? DJ, can we play some music?
your thinking? Thinking music. Hey, put on this thinking music. Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm here, but they won't hear.
Come on, Mum. 3 things.
Good thing. Start the ball rolling.
Like as far away from that.
About yourself.
Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt.
You need this. You need this. You're cracking a joke. Get real. Get real, mate. You. What are you good at? What do you...
Alright. So if you're 1, I want you to stand here too and bring yourselves here and make an awkward oval around this massive spot here. So if you're 1 and your number is 1, make a massive oval here on this front, please. Massive oval circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Massive circle or massive oval. Oh, come on, stretch it up here. Get closer. Okay, connect the oval, please. All right. Ooh. Okay. Move closer, please. Closer. If you can smell somebody else's armpit, you're close enough. All right, so I want you to turn the right. I want just that wall to move a little bit further this way. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I want you to now face the outside. All right, 2s, go and find somebody. 2s, go and find somebody. So if you're 1 in the middle and you're the 1. So once you find somebody, 2s, everything's fine. Yep. Find somebody. Hey, you two here, you two are there. Go and put yourself in the circle. Put yourself in the circle. All right. Pause there. All right. 1s, I want you to take 5. So 2, sorry, if you're in the middle, 2s, I want you to skip 5 people. Go. To the left. To the left. Oh, sorry. So the ones. If you're on the inside, skip 5 people to the left. To the left. 5 people. Keep going. To the left. Come on, 5 people. Keep moving. All right. Now share your 3 certainties with your new person. if you're in the middle, you're on a journey 5 more times. 5 people, walk it out. Play the mule. Go, go, move, keep moving if you're in the middle. Skip 5 people.
Now there's a winery, so
Keep going, come on, circle in the middle. Circle on the outside. So you have the difficult choice of being like, are you going to go and sit with the person that you've connected with, or are you just going to maneuver back into your safe comfort zone? So I'm going to leave that with you. Hey, and there's no judgment if people move. It's about safety and proximity to safety. If people want to move, they're going to move. If they're not going to move, cool. We're just going to embrace that, okay? So in silence and no judgmental lies. Because I'm already touching you. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Thank your partner, thank you for the intelligence. And then maneuver back.
Because our bags are staying back here. Because our bags are here. I actually met really cool. I still met some nice with him. And the other one with like people standing around. Oh, this is cool.
I like how our table came back to the same.
Yeah,
we got good quality.
Our bags are here.
Yeah.
I think
that might be easier.
yeah, my water. We already started.
I was sitting
I saw some movement and I'm also loving that. I'm kind of sad, I'm just going to say this because we've lost the village in the process. But it's alright, we've gained some deep understanding of love and a little bit of sense. Oh, no! Okay, so just letting you know, this is the resource village. Extra seats, extra plates, and it's over here, okay? Alright, alright, so now I'm just going to introduce the little bios, not little, but the massive work in intelligence and the plights of the buyers for both Miguel and Diaz. So for Miguel, Malaysian-born Hamiltonian, Miguel took his family's love for pool to the United States in 2016 and 17 when he represented New Zealand in the VMEA Junior World Championships. Give him a clap for that, come on. So the passion for sport and youth development came together when he accompanied the 2018 Under-21 New Zealand team to the Americas, and coached the 2018 New Zealand development squad. Now Miguel works closely with Maxman Billiards as their resident coach. His mission, share his love for pool and its benefits with the mighty Waikato. So if you're unfamiliar with Diaz Grimm, the small town of Cambridge, New Zealand is So it's a small, New Zealand is an unlikely place to call home for a revolutionary rapper, but the story and values of Diaz Grimm are usually in the most honest way, leading the way for modern New Zealand hip-hop to break away from the safety of its norm. I'm just loving that. I'm loving that. Breaking it away from the safety of its norm. I'm being challenged by that Waikato as well. Experimenting with new flavors and sounds in a climate that didn't want change. In 2012, Grimm helped to open the door to Aotearoa to join hip-hop in the new global climate of the internet. Does everybody know what the internet is? In 2015, Diaz Grimm released his debut album called Osiris, a soundtrack to the end of the world, a post-apocalyptic sonic journey that resonated both with audience and critics alike. The success of Osiris, come on, give me the tongue for this. The success of Osiris saw Diaz nominated for the Best Urban Hip Hop album at the New Zealand Music Awards that year. The album topped the New Zealand iTunes hip hop charts, reached the official New Zealand top 20 album charts, and became the most unvoted, self-posted album in the history of the Reddit Hip Hop Heads Forum. Give them a round of applause. So with that being said, I'm actually just going to navigate the space both to these two powerhouse lighthouses for us. So when I'm saying lighthouses, they're currently bringing their intelligence woven in with the experience, woven in with reflection, and alchemizing some of the situations that they've been in to kind of navigate us through that. That totally came because you guys wanted to hear it, not because I'm intelligent. But please give a round of applause for them as we navigate the space together, please. Round of applause.
Yeah, thanks.
Go.
Hey, how are you, bro?
Good.
Go for it.
Man, I'm not really sure how to follow this. That was a lot of energy, a lot of awesome energy. My name's Diaz Grimm. Had a little blurb for me before. Just before I start, I should say that I'm here to talk to you about navigating uncertainty and self-belief, but this does not by any means mean I have completely conquered that. I'm just pretty good at getting through it existing. That makes sense. So just an idea of the uncertainty I faced in the last year. I've been living in Toronto for 2 years. I couldn't find the team I wanted to build here with what I wanted to create, so I flew to Canada, didn't know anybody, had never been there, and just capped it. Spent 2 years building a life there and getting things ready, including taking my KiwiSaver out to build a studio over there 1 month before a global pandemic happened. I then had plans to come home and be best man at my brother's wedding. So I got on that flight, and while they're in the air, they announced level 4 in New Zealand. I landed to go straight into lockdown with 3 weeks of holiday money to come home. By the time lockdown was over, I had $0, nowhere to really go, and everything I own is still in Canada. So I started grinding and tried to figure out what I'm going to do with myself while I am here in New Zealand and how I'm going to navigate the situation I was in. I'm now head of A&R at the biggest independent Māori record label in the world, which is cool. We just got our first platinum record last week for Nico Walters' Not My Neighbor, which I don't know if anyone knows that song, but my team wrote and produced that song. Actually went double platinum, just about to go double platinum just as we got the plaque, so new ones. But yeah, life is good. I'm very content, and I'm a big believer in meant to be. Here we are.
Hi guys, my name is Miguel. Thank you. As said in the bio, first off, I'd like to thank Malu for that session at the start. I mean, he's got a real gift for getting everybody nice and relaxed and to, get ready for what's about him, so thank you. Yeah. So, yes, I was born in Malaysia, moved to New Zealand when I was 4. A little bit of uncertainty there, didn't even know New Zealand was a place. I thought it was a couple hours down the road. But now I know where it is. Yeah, I've had quite a few uncertain moments in my life. To name a few, without going into too much detail, I've done almost everything and anything I could think of. After leaving school, was a bit uncertain on what I wanted to do, so I just dove in and did something. I ended up doing a semester of Bachelor of Science at Waikato Uni, dissected a fish, thought it was gross, and left. That's the first one. And then second time I went into business management, did a semester of that, but that was really cool. But at the same time, I had a big passion for music at the time, so see ya. And then I went off into do music. During that time, I studied at Wintec for a couple of years, did a Bachelor of Media Arts, majoring in commercial music, but unfortunately, during my second year, my dad passed away, and so during that time, I was 19, and it was all a little bit much. So that for me, sort of made me want to have a bit of a break. So, but through the chaos of whatever happens, comes a little bit of order and a bit of, a silver lining. So I ended up going into work for Zeal. Those who don't know Zeal, it's a youth organisation focusing on young people between 13 and 18, using creativity as their tool. After that, managed to go work at the pool club. Because of Zeal, I got to become a coach, and really it all sort of brought me to here. So I'm very grateful, and I guess the same thing with Diaz is things happen for a reason, and it's up to you to pull out what you want from those situations. So in a nutshell, that's me. Yeah.
Alright, so our first facilitated question is how to adopt a positive perspective on life. Can I get some clicks in the room if you're still figuring this out? How to adopt a positive perspective on life.
Pretty good. Thanks. This is weird. I'm not sure that my techniques are going to translate to everybody. But a long time ago, 7 was a bit of a joke that it was a sign for me and my group of friends that if we saw a 7, it meant we're on the right path, we're doing the right thing, etc., etc. I ended up doing that for like 5 years, and it really worked. If I saw a taxi, 2 taxis, and one taxi had a 7 in the license plate, I would take that taxi. And it led me to some pretty cool stories, and it's almost a bit of a placebo effect for self-created luck.
Wait, pause. Can you just dive into that? What did you mean by that? It created a placebo effect for something, love?
So for luck. Placebo effect for luck. Yeah, I'm a big believer in what you believe becomes. And if you can train, and this is what we're chatting about, but if you can train that negative mindset to be a positive mindset, the differences you'll see in your own life over a period of time are huge. So anyway, that got way too easy. 7's just for everywhere. It's a common number. And so I made it 77 to make it a little bit more harder for myself. And I traveled the States by myself that year and followed 77 around the States. It changed my life that year. So this is where it's kind of weird, my techniques. I thought if I put it on my face, then every day I look in the mirror and go, oh, you're going to have a good day today. And no regrets so far. So guess what I'm saying is I picked a symbol that meant something to me. And then every time I saw it, I reminded myself, you're on the right track. The thoughts you have in your head are what you're supposed to be thinking. Everything's going exactly how it's supposed to be to get to long term where you're supposed to end up. And I still do that daily, regularly. I saw like 100 license plates on the way down here that I was like, this is going to be a good night.
Sweet. It's funny you say that. My mum's laughing because we also have a number, and it's 8. So, pretty close. yeah. But that's one aspect. I guess the other thing, positive perspective. I think the big thing is understanding, for me, understanding other perspectives that aren't as positive as mine. And so I guess like looking at it today, like everybody in this room at the moment lives in the best country in the world right now. You know, that's right, yeah, whoop, that's what it is. We are in a place where we can go outside, we're in a place where we can go to the shops, we're in a place where we can go for a walk, we have oceans, rivers, beaches, mountains, you name it, we have it. People spend thousands of dollars just to come here to have that for a couple of weeks. You know, and I guess like what sort of helps with that is moving from another country to a country like this, as you get to sort of see different versions of what's going on. But yeah, I mean, everybody gets dealt cards when they start life. Everybody gets, it's like poker, you get like 5 cards, right? Some of your cards are good, some of your cards are bad, but at the end of the day, you got to play poker. You got to play the game, whether they're bad or not, right? And so the good thing about life is that you can get more cards. And so the way you get more cards is by doing things. It's by pushing yourself and by pushing boundaries or doing new activities that might give you, you know, like a new skill or a new love or new passion for something. And that to me is an extra card. So each time you gain a new card, a whole set of doors open up for that one pathway. So, I mean, I guess, yeah, to adopt a positive perspective is to just appreciate the perspective that you have and go out and get as many as you can. So, yeah.
All right, our next facilitator question: how to develop confidence to take charge of your life during uncertainty?
How am I going to answer this? How to say that one more time for me?
So how to develop confidence to take charge of your life during uncertainty?
I think this just adds on to what I was saying about my theory with the 7s. We all need, sometimes when we're down in the dumps or uncertain of ourselves or lacking self-belief, we need a little bit of a slap in the face to be like, hey, that's not the way you should be thinking to achieve this or get out of the way. And that's what those 7s were for me. And I think we quite often heavily rely on outside influences to help us find that self-belief, but there's not always going to be people around you. That time in moving to Toronto, it was about a year and a half of going out by myself, hanging out by myself, and having no friends, which was tough. But if you can have that one thing that you see it, and all of a sudden you know, when I see that thing, pause those thoughts and pause that uncertainty, and it just gives you that little instant breath to have a moment to stop, get the right thought in your head, kind of talk to yourself that you are supposed to be there and you are supposed to be doing it the way you are. That isn't going to work overnight. It took maybe 4 years till I really started to notice that my brain just worked in a different way. I managed to snap out of my moments of self-doubt without 7s these days. They're just a luxury. But your muscles are brain. Your brain's a muscle, right? And it's like if you go to the gym because you're trying to get ripped and you know summer's coming up. If you constantly working on that one thing in your brain that is the problem for achieving what you want, if you're constantly doing it, it's just a matter of time until that muscle's worked out enough where the negative part of your brain has become weak and the positive side has strengthened hugely because you've been exercising it for so long. So yeah, I would say that's probably your best route. And then don't get frustrated if harnessing that self-belief and navigating the uncertainty takes a while, because it took X amount of time for you to get to a point where that's how your brain works. It's going to take X amount of time to get your brain out of that loop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this.
Repeat the question again, please.
Yep.
Yeah.
You really making me practice my English.
Yeah.
how to develop confidence to take charge of your life during uncertainty.
Okay, so it kind of relates to that first one where I think that for me, confidence comes from achieving something that's difficult. And I used to listen to this guy called David Goggins, if anybody's heard of David Goggins. They call him the toughest man in the world, and he will stop at nothing to do what he wants to do, basically. And so a long time ago, I listened to a video of his, and he came up with this idea or this mental sort of trick called a cookie jar. And if anybody follows me on Instagram, that's the name of my Instagram. The reason being, a cookie jar or a mental space, it's a place where you put all the difficult things that you've ever done into this jar. So any time you go to attempt something that's difficult, that's uncertain, or leaves you, feeling less confident, you can dip into that jar and scroll through everything that you've done. You can have a look and you can compare. So speaking in front of a room of people is not very nice sometimes. You feel a little bit nervous, but sometimes when you achieve something else, like playing pool, or I can look back and go, well, I did years of it sort of helps. It just helps ease your mind a little bit, because it's all in your head. Whether this goes well or not has nothing to do with the fact that there are people in this room and that there are people listening to us or whatever. It's all about how we choose to approach this. So the easiest thing I can say is just try difficult things and be willing to do something. Don't say, I can't, because you haven't tried yet. And it's the only way that you're going to figure it out. So, yeah, if you don't... It's like when you say you don't like certain foods or whatever, right? Like, once you taste it, it might be your favourite food. You never know. So, yeah, to build that confidence, just push yourself. A mental trick that I also like to use is you sort of create like a persona for this ultimate confident version of yourself. So what do you want to be? I want to be able to speak well in front of people, or I want to be able to make other people feel welcome when they turn up to an event like this, or whatever that is. If we just all close our eyes, this is what we're going to do. If we just all close our eyes and just imagine this version of yourself. And if you're a video gamer or you like movies or whatever, dress it up. Make it a superhero, make it something absolutely incredible. And just relate that to all the positive things that you already do and what you want to achieve in the future. Now, each time you do something like that, each time you do something difficult, or each time you're... cue the music. Say, when you're at work or when you're doing your sport, you got to tap into that zone of complete confidence. It's when I'm here, when I'm this person or this super version of myself, there's nothing else. It's just complete success, no matter what. Even if you don't believe it, you just have to force yourself to do it and to jump into that mind frame. So, yeah, that's it. Open your eyes.
How to boost your ability to find and create opportunities for yourself?
In 2021, I wouldn't gender this, but be a yes man. Any opportunity that comes your way that you're nervous about, and we were talking about this earlier, if you're not nervous, it's probably not worth it. And when you get those moments in life where someone says, hey, I'm going to this, do you want to come? And you have no reason to say no, say yes. I don't know, the world is, it's like a video game, right? And there's all these people in the world that are just other characters, other players, but connecting with that person creates this whole new timeline and storyline that you can go off on this adventure. And every single person on the planet that's not you offers opportunities and journeys, etc., etc. So yeah, I'd say it's a pretty simple answer to that one for me, is just be a yes person, and try as best you can to... I know that's the problem, right? When someone asks you to do something and you're really nervous, you quite often be like, nah, I'm busy, or I'm doing something, because that anxiety sets in. But if you can break that barrier, and it might be one of every 4 times you manage to break that barrier, but if you can keep breaking that barrier, you're just going to get more timelines and stories coming your way that you can jump in on and become a part of.
One more time, Mum.
How to boost your ability to find and create opportunities for yourself?
Okay, so I guess the first thing is, are you really looking for those opportunities? You know, like when you say, I want to do this, or I want to do that, I want to, I don't know, what's a good example? I want to play pool, I want to be a pool player, right? Okay, so what are you doing to go towards that goal? I mean, I'm sure everybody in this room has goals, but what are you actively doing? Are you going to see if there's a pool club in the area? Have you Googled it on your phone? Are you going to go and look at, you know, what the rules are, or like have you done anything to work towards that goal? And I think if you haven't, you probably don't want to do it. It's probably not something that's a real dream or a real desire. And I think for me, because I have maybe undiagnosed ADHD, and so I love everything for like 10 minutes. And so, thanks. But I'll find something, I'll love it, and I'll just gun for it for like a month. And then I'm like, cool, that was cool. And then I'll find something else, and then I'll find something, and then I might come back to it, and then I might do this, and I might do that, and then come back to this one. But at the end of it all, I found a couple things that I consistently had this whole time. And those two things were pool and music. So on top of heaps of the things that I've tried to do, those are the only things that have sort of come about. So I guess like the other part of that is just explore. Back to what Diaz says, yes, 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 yes. That's the only way you're going to find that one thing, those two things, those three things, or that passion, or something that's going to take you to get, you know, like awards and trips overseas and whatnot. You have to find that something. It's hard to find. There's a lot of pressure to find it. But once you find it, hang on to it, or try to find more, basically. But yeah.
All right, our next question. How to grow your awareness and insight around managing your thoughts, feelings, and actions during tough times.
One more time.
How to grow your awareness and insight around managing your thoughts, feelings, and actions during tough times.
I guess for me personally, to grow awareness on something, I like to keep up to date with what's happening in pop culture, and especially music, because that's my industry. So I'm constantly on blogs, on podcasts, on magazines, not so much anymore, but you get what I'm saying. I think you just have to find time to be putting your mind to things that you are passionate about, learning more about and growing in. I know that's kind of the challenge. We all have these busy lives where the Western world makes us work an insane amount of hours just to like pay the bills. But if you can find that time, fill it with everything you want to get better at, everything you're passionate about. And again, same as I said with the whole muscle brain thing, is that the more you find time, the more, before you know it, you've spent 2 years studying something you were really interested in, and you are fully capable of joining that industry, or fully capable of going and having a conversation with someone in that industry and being able to hold your own, because you've put that in front of yourself so often. And like I said with the other thing as well, it doesn't have to be like 10 hours study something every week. I'm also pretty sure I've got undiagnosed ADD. I don't ever manage to make it through a whole podcast, but I end up listening to it over like a week, and it's just one of those things. Every time I remember to put it in front of myself, I do, and eventually you've watched the whole podcast and you've got that lesson. So I wouldn't kick yourself if you have trouble finding your time during the week to like set aside for this, even if it's just, I don't know, you're on the way to work, you're in your car, turn the radio off and just have a little think about what you want to think about. You don't need to listen to shock jockeys spinning you yarns to sell you ads, etc.
Give it to me one more time.
I'm reading it. I'm saying yes. How to grow your awareness and insights around managing your thoughts, feelings, and actions during tough times.
Okay, so I guess a really big, or the most important thing is when that tough time or that uncertain time or something like that happens, you've got to give yourself the time to be a little bit chaotic. You need to give yourself, just depending on what it is, if it's a loss, if it's something's happened at work or whatever, you just need to give yourself that time to go a little bit crazy and just let it out. Then after that point, you got to focus on not what's uncertain, but what's certain. Like what Malu was saying, right? What do you have, and deal with what you've got right now. Basically, the saying is, now what? You know, you can sit and linger. You allow yourself time to linger in that moment, but after a certain point of time, you got to get out, and you got to say, well, now what? Now what do I do? Now what do I do with what I've got? Something's changed. This has changed. It's affected this. How am I going to resolve that, or how am I going to deal with that? So, I mean, the only thing, like I said before, like my dad passed away when I was 19. So that to me, leaving my music degree and stuff, that was me going, you know what, screw it. I just need this time. So outside of that, during that time, I went and volunteered at Zeal, and it all snowballed into something pretty cool, or where I am now, sort of thing. The other really sort of important trick that I've used on myself is, we all find that we give each other really good advice. Like when someone comes up to you, you give them just the most amazing advice, and they look at you and they go, oh wow, you know, how do you, sometimes they think that you've got nothing, there's no problems, right? Now, the only reason that is because you don't have any emotional attachment to what they're saying, what you're saying to them, or what their situation is. You're coming as a friend, you're not experiencing that situation, and so you can think clearly. And so if you can get yourself to a point where you're giving yourself advice like you're talking to a friend, or like you're talking to your sister, your brother, your partner, or whoever, if you can sort of make that switch and go, give it a name, like, this is Bob. Bob's come up to me with this problem, and this is happening at work, this has happened with his girlfriend, this is that. What would you tell Bob? And then take that advice. But yeah, that's what I got.
If I can just add to that for a second, I didn't really touch on the tough times side with what I said, but my main muscle memory I input is everything's temporary. Some tough times last a day, some tough times last 5 years, but if you can continue to remind yourself that at some point it's going to be over, and you have no choice unless anyone's like Marvel or X-Men, you have no choice in time moving. It's always going to continue to move past wherever you're at right now. So if you can remind yourself in those tough times that everything's temporary, I find that really powerful.
Beautiful. All right, so how to reframe failure and rejection. How to reframe failure and rejection.
I mean, the mistake is evolution's biggest tool. It's how we we accidentally grew thumbs at some point, and it was wicked, and now we can hold stuff. But yeah, I don't very often look at any failures or mistakes as regrets or things I wouldn't have done anymore. I'm a very big believer in meant to be. And so I guess when I'm going through something that feels like a failure or feels like a mistake or feels like I shouldn't have done, I again revert back to the everything's temporary / everything's meant to be. And I'd say all of my past regrets, I hate saying that because I don't really have any, but all of my past mistakes and failures totally led to where I am right now. And I'm super content and super happy. So it's just a matter of when that failure and mistake is happening in the moment, finding the silver lining and finding what from that you can take away and use the next time. I mean, I'm sure everyone's been through like a bad breakup, and then you don't go and find another person exactly the same as something that didn't work before because you learnt from it, but you would never have learnt from it had it not happened. Sorry, on paper.
No, I was just embodying one in the room. If you saw me, it's a mirror.
Yeah, no, maybe not a good example because we all do bad calls and that side of things. But I think that, yeah, I'm a huge believer in you need failures and mistakes. I quite often work with people and I look in their eyes, I'm like, you haven't failed enough. Like, I do. I seriously can tell when someone hasn't had enough problems. They've kind of got there very comfortably and they have a different way in which they work, etc. So I would not push any mistakes or failures to the back of your head. I would keep them forefront always to use as a tool.
I think I got this one. This was nice and short. So. Yeah, 100% agree. Like, the evolution sort of idea is that things get better when things get harder. It might take a while, but it's sort of like your immune system. You know, your immune system's not going to be very good if you're never sick, right? So you got to get a little bit sick for that immune system to strengthen up. Same with going to the gym, as mentioned before. You know, muscles, cells tear, or you know, and then they multiply, and then they grow, and then you get bigger and you get stronger. So throughout everything, that's really the constant, is that this failure or this step back ends up propelling you further. I guess, yeah, like what you say, you can see it. You can see when people have got to a place without anything going wrong, and then you really see it when something goes wrong. You really see it when they can't cope with, you know, something that might seem minor to someone else because of all the hard times that they've had, but to that person it's the first thing that's ever gone wrong, and to that person it may very well truly be the worst thing that's happened in their life. And so, yeah, embrace it. Those are the best parts, because at least you know where to. If it's something like pool or music or something like that, you know, it gives you an idea on what to work on what to achieve, or it gives you a little bit of fire in your belly that, you know, you want to achieve, you want to overcome, you want to get rid of that mistake so that it doesn't pop up again. And yeah, you got to love it. Yeah, don't forget them. Yeah.
How to develop habits that unlock your potential.
Oh, I have so many bad habits. I think it's recognizing your habits is probably the first thing you need to do. A lot of people just don't recognize the habits they have that are doing damage to their goal achieving and dream chasing. You know, for example, the negative thoughts thing. A lot of people don't notice the negative thoughts. I hang out with people all the time who are just constantly like, ugh, this sucks, hey, oh, this is... But they don't know. They think that they don't realize what they're doing to their own brain. So, yeah, I guess my short answer to that would be recognizing your bad habits. And specifically for the chat we're having today, bad mental habits. I don't know, I'm sure we all scroll social media way too much. That's something that a lot of people don't recognize. People spend 3 hours a night. I saw some faces look like that was a low number. You know, we spend like 3 hours scrolling social media a night, and we don't second guess it. We don't think, hang on, what could I have just spent 3 hours doing? And you know, over the course of a year, 3 hours a night is a lot of hours. I'm not good at maths, but I'm sure it's heaps. But yeah, I think that's my short answer to that. Just try. How you would recognize it is the problem, right? Because it's really hard to see yourself from an outside perspective. But if you can, Michael Jackson, just look in the mirror and I don't know, try and see yourself from your friend's perspective and be like, how would my friends see these habits I have? And then it's easier to, or maybe your mum. Your mum's a good one. Shut up, mum. I think if you think about what your, I don't even do this. If you think about what your mum would think about some stuff you do, I'm sure it would be a really good way to be like, okay, I see the problem there. And yeah, try to recognize those habits.
Sweet. How to develop habits, help you unlock your potential. Okay, start. Like that's usually a good one. Do it. So this is quite fresh for me because at the start of this year, I started this sort of initiative for myself to do something active each day. Most days. Well, it's been a few months. All right. The new year hype, new year, new me. But so the way I started was as long as I do something, one thing, even if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, it's better than absolutely nothing. So some people might say, I don't ever have time for myself. I go to work and I do this and I do that and I can't do anything for myself. I go home and that's it, and I repeat the next day. So my question to you would be, do you have 5 minutes? And if you have 5 minutes, use 2 of those minutes, right? And then create the habit of just doing something for yourself, or whether it's exercise, doing 5 minutes of skipping, whatever it may be. Just do something for yourself or that works towards that habit or that goal you're trying to do, and try and create a routine out of it. So because you don't want to start off and go, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to go 2 hours, I'm going to go every day, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You're going to scare yourself. You're never going to do it. You're going to get over it, and it's never going to be a habit. Your body, thanks, bro. No, your body can't. Your body can't handle that. It's got to start slow. You build a habit, and then you push, right? So, yeah, start off by doing as little as you possibly can, but the most important part is to keep going up. Keep making it harder, make it longer, make it more intense, make it whatever it is, the habit you're trying to do, just grow it. And then eventually you'll be there and you won't even realise that it's there. So, yeah.
Alright, that's our last facilitated question. So I just want everybody to just, in your space, however it is you think, I want you to take a deep breath. Like, I'm talking about your gut. If your gut's not expanding and you're not looking 2 sizes bigger, you're not doing it right. Okay, so I want your gut to be like, you're almost like you're going to boost. So, okay, so deep breath. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Now, as you exhale, I just want you to just look around your table and just imagine that maybe every single one of the person that's in around your village is there because they've got an intelligence to add to your current journey. So if your table's looking a bit empty like here, maybe you need to make like Miguel and go and find out other natural, spaces that maybe filled with love, that maybe are accommodating. Well, otherwise, I'm actually going to invite you two to go and join our low population density over there to add value, because I feel like maybe that table might need your intelligence. But I just want you to take this time to korero and talano and hanuchu with your table to see what intelligence actually hit. What did you take away? And at the same time, what is something that's scratching your curiosities? Maybe you can ask some questions to our speakers as well. So maybe as a group, you come up with the questions that either already arise, or you guys come up with a question each on your own, okay? You want to put some music in the background. You've got 10 minutes. Kalamo mai.
What is something that you said and you think?
Can you even remember?
I'm just very aware that there's a There's absolutely nothing that I can do.
One small decision
Loving the land. Almost like a Korean where they just, the guy just comes and fully like the next day. And I low-key want Hey, that's so Korean.
Yeah, I think Miguel's sort of thing. I wouldn't gain any knowledge.
Make sure everyone's having a go, everyone's having a colour go. I think she heard from everybody in the village.
A person that tries that was really stood out to me. Put pen to paper for 1 minute, 2 minutes, however
Oh, do you first grade?
It's pretty much what I see. Earlier, yeah. People are. Very impressive.
What about speech, but they're not just like the speech?
It's not like a tiger chasing you, but you're still kind of on you.
Especially like
You're doing other things. Yeah, like religious society
like he said he was going to do it. Like he went sitting out in the rain with yeah. And it's funny, he just says it. I wasn't really he was doing his job. Yeah, I was doing my job.
like we're still dealing with hardware. It's like thousands and thousands of years old, but we're living with stuff that never happened.
Yeah, like seeing this hustle, like anything you could tell me, oh, you should do this. Actually seeing someone out there doing it is what's inspiring to me. You are doing this. What did you do?
And just in community, because well, people become connected because online you can follow people easily, but you don't actually. Yeah, it's not like you don't just pop around to the neighbour's house for a cup of tea and just like hang out with family and friends, like
I like kind of went to find a POV about it, but like it wasn't really POV, but
yeah, so you're
kind of
on
yeah, that was like kind of just gives me like yeah, kind yeah, kind of. It's not really a floor, it's just kind of I applied for a job at town as a council. I was going to do a master's what I said. So like it's just kind of
not everything is meant for us, and we kind of just into it looking for that rather than dwelling in the like it was about
I'm loving it. Okay. I got whānau in the room. Yes, so we've got 3 more minutes, so if you want to get up and just stretch your legs, otherwise if you want to just stretch your body or your mind, whatever it is you need to do to unwind, you can unwind. You've got 3 minutes. If you want to go to the wharepaku, it's just down the hall and to the left. But I always wanted to do this, you know? Those air hostess, I was like, y'all look slick. Like, y'all look really slick. So if you want to go to the wharepaku, it's just now, but we'll begin again the next session of our workshop in 3 minutes. So have a talanoa, but we've got 3 more minutes, and then I'm just going to call us back in. Go! Oh, excuse me. Can you not? Can you not?
Some support, man. Everyone's like, terrific. And then yoga and stretching that's been really good.
So, when I was finishing,
yeah. That's the time.
later, I was like, man, you know what? Like my dream job is now I'm supposed to do it and make my dream job. And after having all those kind of pushbacks, what am I here to do? I think when I
So who's holding it at the moment? Oh, it's just over there. Yes.
Alright, so we're just gonna lean into the workshop space. So I'm just gonna, can you just, I'm looking for a soul clap, you know, I'm looking for 3 solid claps to just evoke the space again so that we can really give it back to our speakers and our navigators today. So when you're clapping, I want you to like, I don't want you to be like, And if you're clapping with your cheeks, I want your cheeks to clap. Like, you know, like, clap. Like, don't even give me none of this. None of this thing. All right, so 3, 2, 1. Yeah! All right. I definitely felt that one. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so we're just going to give this back to our 2 navigators, our 2 lighthouses, but just to guide us through the last part of our workshop. Please give them a round of applause or some clicks or some noise. Choo, choo, choo. So this is an activity I did 5 years ago that who knows why I came up with this, but it changed my life. So I want everybody, we're going to write a goals list. We're going to start backwards, and we're going to start with your goals that you want to have achieved in 100 years. So if you write down, okay, for example, I wanted by 2077 to have created world peace. You know, like think beyond what you would usually tell yourself is possible. And let's get everyone to write down your 100-year goals, starting with your 100-year goal. And then I'm going to come and intersect as you're doing this, and we'll work our way backwards. You want to talk to people as they do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
No, I like that you're an overachiever.
How big's everybody going? World peace? We solving world peace?
Stay life on Pluto, mate.
Oh! Nice. It's a planet. Yeah, it's planet again.
Did you want us to wrap that up for you again?
Bro, yes, please.
Thank you. All good, brother. Yep. Sorry.
And if it turns out to be bad luck, and I think we got me with people like talking about you do what aim
I mean, if you spot it, you got it. How many cults are you working with? Let's explore that. Let's unpack what.
Alright, once everybody's got their 100-year goals, we're going to go one step backwards to a goal that is a step towards that one with 75 years.
Oh, just okay. So it's a 1 and then a 0 and then another 0. Okay.
What kind of house? Where is it going to be? Is it on the beach? I'm going to go to 75 in the mountains.
If you don't know the smallest step to that 100-year goal, just pick a different goal for 75 years.
It's a weird, yeah.
And it is the same.
No, it's not.
And then from there we're going to move into what may be more realistic to you. We'll go 30 years. And feel free to write like multiple goals for that. It doesn't just have to be one goal in any of the sections. You know?
Starting to get real now.
I'm serious.
But if
They sound sad.
Don't mind mine, I've been slow to turn.
It looks pretty good, but like really slow to turn, like difficult to turn. Think of me as vertical. For communism. Everywhere and reliable. Look man, this is past my bedtime, okay? Exactly.
You want a dog? How many dogs? What kind of dog? You want a cow? What kind of cow? You want none of them? What else do you want?
Yeah.
Nice and specific.
Yeah, I try.
See?
No, I don't even see you. It's just a big game.
Good.
Yeah, good.
I love the first name and the last name.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Do you like mine?
Miguel. Whatever you're selling, I'm buying.
How long? What kind of cover are you going to put on that?
Oh, do you need to put in that much details? I want you.
I want you to write it down. Alright, so we're going to go 10 years and 5 years.
And I think
I think we actually
You have to do the
have to
thing.
do the thing, yeah. You have to do the thing now, 10 years.
we're going 10 years.
Stay married.
Stay married.
You've got that.
Oh my god, so funny.
Cut off like that.
I like it.
And then we're going to cut it down. 2-year goals, 1-year goal. 2-year goal, 1-year goal.
I'm actually with a vision, with a knowing, with a flowing. And so it would be too wealthy. It would make a different place if I could believe that I could. Service the friends. That's what I think. But to do that, I don't know.
And then if we got 2 years and 1 year, we're going to go 6 months goals, 1 month goal.
Maybe with time down to that.
Copy paste. They need to follow
All this time.
lots of fighting out of the
But that's good.
You know I don't play West. Team, can I just give it a show of hands once everyone's got their 1 month?
I feel like mine is what's after 1 year?
Okay, and the last 1 week goals. What do you want to achieve in 7 days from today? 100-year goals. That's when you profile pic. That's when you profile pic. Are you crying? That is because I'm so used to people like posting being like, oh, that's fun. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm posting my but not forced. I'm like, whatever comes in that moment, I'm like, I already know I'm fucking wrong. That's probably why I need to like slow down a little bit, but I'm like, nah. Maybe I need to up my voice. Constantly remind my 7-7. Oh my god. I feel like I feel like when that was maybe my tool that he captured my moment, and I'm like, everyone got 1 week goals done. Why are you doing this? Because my breath's back.
Like still going, pins are still going.
Is anyone having trouble with their 1 weeks? Everyone's cool? Sweet. What do you want to do in a week?
What, think of what day is it? Achieve spending swings.
I don't know what you got going on. Need to build something, cut something down, see someone.
This 1 week,
Can I just get a high raise of hands once your 1 weeks are done? Cool. All right. Just 2 more minutes on those 1 weeks.
Do we want to go straight 1 week or 1-2 weeks or?
That's why I was like,
One day, no, started doing it the wrong way. It's like up and down. At the end of the day, it's my face right now.
Yep, sounds good. All right, is that everyone? Everyone finished? Hands up, you finished? Nice, no. No one's still writing. If you're still writing, you can just stop. Yeah, nah, you're fine. So, for your 1 week, would anybody like to share? Oh, all of a sudden.
We're going to pick people.
Yeah. We will. Cool, yep.
think or see something that you like, tell others compliments,
Oh.
and put a smile on their face. Say out loud what you're thinking, if there's a compliment, instead of being shy about it.
Nice. Cool. All right.
Mine wants to have a home cooked meal every night.
Nice.
That's on my. Oh, when they're
Mine is, irony is, I finished all the chocolates, but don't eat sugar. Don't eat sugar for a week and network more.
Don't eat sugar for a week. Oh yeah. Okay. And network more, did you say?
Yeah.
Network. Oh, we're in the right place. So you've already started. That's good. Okay. Anybody else? Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
So make 3 new friends.
Make
3 new friends.
3 new friends. Oh yeah.
Allocate 1 more hour on my schedule to spend on myself.
Educate. Nice. Yeah.
Yes, and finalize my plan for my organization's vision, which I'm starting.
This is an impressive list, by the way. There's like a lot of things on this list. Yeah. It's a big one. Nice.
Clean my office and my room.
Yeah.
And then 5 hours of driving practice.
5 hours of jamming practice.
Driving practice.
Driving practice. Cool.
And 5 hours of learning with my mom because she's not English.
Oh man.
Yes.
Can we just, Thank you. All right. Who wants to go after that?
1 week solid student.
Get through.
Yep.
Get through it.
Hey, it's a go.
Yeah. Who? This village? Yep.
Have an enjoyable week and remain positive.
Nice. Perfect. Anybody else? We'll go one more.
I don't think you want to come to us only because we've been in La La Land in terms of we kind of stretched this beyond a time bound. So we kind of took it to. Are we happy for me to share?
Yeah, you
go. We kind of took it away from a time bound in terms of. I'd actually like to challenge everybody as well. So. You've got the tool right here. 100, 75, 50, 30, 10, 5, and 1 and 1. So to me, I'm actually we were talking about how we would stretch this, and because the time bound today is you've only got 20 minutes to think on this. I want you to listen and lean into your intuition, or if you don't want to use the word intuition, you can use your tupuna, whispers, or anything. You just trust a conversation that you know is in your curiosity that you're going to scratch. Like we all got our come on, I've been scratching all we all got our unique curiosity, and I feel like the specificities of the way that you specifically embody your curiosity and scratch that, which is subjective to yourself. So you don't need no one else's permission to scratch your curiosity, right? So I don't want you to if you walk out of here and the time bound of today or this year is not allowing you to whisper in or bring in intuition for these words right now. Don't walk away from this tool. This tool is amazing. You're the ancestor right now. You're not asking for permission to scratch your curiosity. And that's something that I'm listening into, and I'm actually projecting what I'm listening to. This is not my words. I don't know where the intelligence is coming from. And it might not be intelligent. From perspectives, I'm actually really embracive that this might sound like a complete and utter nonsense. And I'm leaning into that. I'm leaning into that because I want to be uncomfortable with family that I know. With family and hearts and communities of community that come from every single one of you. So I just want to just gift that to. So because we didn't jump into that, I'll tell you my 100 goal. My 100 goal was embracing intelligence, equity, and ecosystem saved. So that's my 100 goal, but I couldn't go and be specific because I feel like maybe I was drawn to this beautiful wahine, and I just want to uplift all the wahine in the room because we've got we've got some men in this space that are leading, but we would not exist. So there's no we without you. So every single wahine in here, I was birthed by a beautiful, strong woman, and I will forever be feminine towards her because she was the one that taught me the femininity within me that I embrace. I'm uplifting my femininity because of my mother. So I feel like, for me, scratch your curiosities, brothers and sisters, and everyone in between. Scratch your curiosities and don't be time-bound by this thing, but this tool is magical. So that's all that I wanted to preach into existence. Okay, thank you for coming to my TED Talk, everybody. Would you?
Yes. Oh, that's wicked. Okay. Love you, Mum. Cool.
Hey, and then come on, these two brothers uplifted their mothers as well. So I just want to say, there's some mama juice, but at the same time, there's some grandma juice. Like, if you love your grandparents, give me some clicks right now.
Oh, wicked. That's so good. So, I guess now, with your 1 week goals that you've got, what's something or someone or somewhere that you can do, contact, talk to in any way, shape or form that will help you achieve those goals that you can do right now? Today or tomorrow, what's something that you can activate right now to accomplish some of those goals? Have a think.
For example, the cooking dinner every night goal. Your goal of cooking dinner every night, I would right now write recipes.
Yeah.
There we go, thank you.
Yeah.
Groceries, yes, or something along the lines of getting towards there.
Well, you've got some learning.
I guess if everyone can figure out something that will do right here in this room towards that one.
Yo, so networking, we're networking over here. Perfect, right? If yoga is on your list, you know, you could look up a few places that might do yoga. Oh, that's some amazing handwriting. That's calligraphy. That's not... Look at that. I'd pay for that. That's great. Yeah. You got good handwriting, man. Jeez. Glad no one's looking at mine. What have we got? What do we reckon? Hey.
This is
Photo
our
shoot? Cool.
1 week goal. We're going to do a collaboration together.
Wicked.
Yeah.
So you plan? Cool. So what have you? Oh, you got
So
themes.
this is a theme of. This is our. We can't access Pinterest because of the internet in this room.
Yes.
So we're just. Good. So we had a photo shoot booked, ready to go, but then we're like. Yeah. I do actually. We've been in like locations, we did everything, we had a model set up.
Yeah.
Auckland in the city.
Yeah.
And then there was those couple of cases. So we and now we're still on do it. So
There you go. We're all opened up now.
yeah, it's gonna be our model.
There you go.
So we're gonna go for an urban theme photo shoot.
Okay.
So we sit. Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
Instagram.
Yeah. Yes, I will. I will.
Me too. No, what's Solomon Park? Multi Street.
Has anyone got any 1 weeks in a specific industry? Like work-wise, career-wise, does anyone have 1 week in an industry? What's your 1 week in your industry?
So we want to plan a photo shoot together.
Okay.
In Auckland. We're coming up with our theme for our photo shoot.
Cool.
And just the overall mood and feel.
What's the okay, we need a model.
Who wants to be a model?
I mean, it might be weird to put up your hand right now. New Zealanders, we're very humble. But
Like, no.
if anybody is keen to be a model in a photo shoot, we have a professional hairstylist, makeup artist here who is trying to achieve something. So
Here we go.
There it is.
There it is. Tall buildings, lots of concrete. And a person.
Sweet. Iku. See you. Yeah. Anybody else in an industry or a skill or a to know? Get warm.
Are you looking for? That's one of my things.
How do we go?
Fix my CV. I proof them all the time.
Look at that! Amazing. You said it the same time. Cool. Man, that's awesome.
Is anyone struggling with their what they can do right now for their 1 week?
No, I'm struggling. No. Cool. We're gonna go around the whole room. No. Yes. Go on. Go on.
So I want to focus on reaching some clients.
What do we have, team? What are we doing for our week?
Oh yeah, so for me, my week is I just want to do my birthday, so the leading up to it is, basically be kind to my wife and try and get some cooking in and stuff because I know she's got something planned.
Yeah.
So I'll help her out this week and then she's got enough surprise, I don't know what it is. So I'll just cook dinner for the rest of the week and stuff like that because I know she's going to take care of me this weekend. So
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
Nice. What do we got? How are we going?
Yes, good. I have my master of to-do list, so I've got...
Oh, sweet. You go for it.
Time-wise, I think we should go to the bad habits list.
Yeah. Ready to go. Okay. Cool.
I usually model.
Couple more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. I want to see what the ancestors have to say. That was so good.
What is your ancestors telling us?
Get a haircut.
Where? For which?
Yeah.
It's alright, that's a male joke.
This is me. This is fun. You're good, eh?
What?
Real good. I was sitting there like sweating my ass. I was like, oh, I feel good.
I'll just wrap up the goals listing and then hand over to you for hosts.
Sweet.
All right, Steve. We're gonna move on, but just before we move on, so this exercise is something I do all the time. I'm always writing 100-year goals. My 100-year goal doesn't change that often, but I'm a big believer in that whole placebo effect thing. You write it down enough times, then your brain's going to be triggered when an opportunity opens up for one of those. You go, oh man, that could really help me get world peace. I don't know, but like having that list always in front of you, always reading it. I've lost hundreds of them. I literally just write on anything that's in front of me, and it comes and goes. But I think the more you write it down, the more you have that posted on your wall. It'd be really cool if you could rip that out or wherever you are, not right now, but like have it on your wall at home, have it in your car, have it in the toilet, have it somewhere that you see stuff all the time, and then do it again in a month, do it again in a few months, tomorrow, whatever. But I just wanted you all to start this exercise to not feel weird about writing 100-year goals, because it can be really beneficial to just see yourself as a human written in goals regularly to keep up to date with what needs doing and changing, and et cetera, et cetera. And now I'll pass it to Miguel to
Sweet.
new activity.
Cool. So earlier we were talking about habits,
as well, and we all seem pretty solid on the idea of wanting to create or change our habits. So this next list is going to be a list of bad habits that you want to change. All right, so take a bit of time and get them all down.
These personal attacks.
Do you have another quote?
You're like, oh god.
Oh, babe.
Jared, dinner
Oh, mate, honestly, I'm going to make more.
I don't have any bad habits. I'm perfect, though. Right, I live with you, I know. You're perfect.
I want to play one. I want to not forget to eat. I want to remember
Yeah, that's
eat
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do that.
No breakfast, no lunch, just dinner, thanks.
Social media affected me on Monday. She did not having enough sleep.
Can't stop looking at your writing, bro. Can't stop looking at your writing, Yeah. We need to get you like a fountain pen. Like a quill. yeah. We should have come prepared, eh? It's not you.
So much extra.
How do the bad habits go? Yeah, it's a tough one to, sometimes you don't know what your bad habits are, right? So.
Cool. Maybe one of the worst
I mean, to be honest,
Yoga instructor, how are we going?
I'm only eating, late risers, I spend a lot of time on the internet, want to get organized, don't get too lazy to do the yoga.
So eventually you want it to be like, Do you go to a class or do you do it online? Oh, at home, yeah. Oh yeah. YouTube's a great thing. Bad habits.
I was huge.
I feel like
Sleeping on time. Having my lunch sorted. I've stopped brushing before I sleep at night.
Yeah.
Twice a night.
Yeah.
And meditating every day. I've been a bit irregular.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Honestly, I've just started the unhealthy eating one. I'm starting to eat a little bit better. Actually, I've drastically started to eat a lot better. And eating more.
You live at home.
I flat, so yeah. Sometimes you can't be bothered, right? But those are the times where you should be bothered. It's just hard. Stace, bad habits? Or should I go Greg? Stace's bad habits?
I was just asking you, putting washing in the dryer, I always forget to, I put in the wash and then forget to dry.
Yeah.
So then it goes all stringy.
It gets that smelly, and then you're like, do I wash it again? Or do I just, dry as a rocket, yeah?
It usually takes over at that point. I love the fun.
I've got, I always just will take my shoes off and pick them.
Like on the ground, just like flick them. Yeah.
No, in the exact same space, right next to the bed on my side. Just like walks upstairs to the bed and takes them off there, and it like could just be like a meter.
Oh, you closest to the door?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, just bam, and then over to your side, eh?
There's literally like 3 pairs of shoes right there. And I'm like, why is it there?
I bet your side's like spotless, eh?
I just don't even think about it. I don't even realise I do it.
Tonight you're gonna go home and instantly you're gonna be like, sorry, and you're just gonna walk over to your side and kick
I
them.
have no recollection of doing that.
You should have a basket you can kick them into.
Yeah.
Have a bit of fun with it, yeah?
Because it's like paying off the self-improvement
Mr. Happiness, how you going? Well, you're not Mr. Sadness, so that's gonna... What have we got? Oh, bro, that is #1 for me. Stop snoozing my alarm. Absolutely. I will have like a 45 minute like gap because I know, I just know that I will get up and just like snooze it. So that's on my list now, I think. I don't know why, but I think we're very similar. A lot of people have similar things on their list compared to me, eh? Have you had a Volare sausage roll? Yeah.
Bad habits.
I know, I'm just saying. As a treat for when you stuff it. Yeah, it's horrible. I'll talk to you later. All good, team? Bad habits going well?
Bad habits.
Yeah. How horrible are our habits? I'm going to peek over your shoulder.
I said allow self to process, analyse, but stop overanalyzing for too long.
Yeah.
It's like I have to try. Try to stop pushing myself because I become exhausted.
Do you
Too hard.
do you say yes to a lot of things and then burn out a little bit?
Yes with my own things in my own head because I'm like quite introverted, but not to like other people's things.
Yeah.
I say, I push myself too hard for my own personal stuff.
Are you quite an ambitious? You seem quite ambitious.
I'm one of those people that, in the background is doing things quietly, working on things.
Yeah.
But don't really need to like go and show people to other people.
Well, that's a pretty good. That's a good skill on itself, you know, like.
Oh, that sounds. I don't mean to sound like myself.
No, but see again, you saying that. No, it's a pretty good skill to have. You're not up yourself when you're doing it for yourself and not sharing with anybody else.
No, but I'm up myself for sharing it now.
No way, you gotta sell it. You gotta celebrate it. You know, there's like New Zealand's got real bad tall poppy, like especially when you're doing something good and like your success doesn't like affect anybody else's. Like you're not directly stopping something. People are just a little bit like sad about not doing their own thing. So you're fine. Yeah.
Get them to their
replace it, eh? Alrighty, so we're all good? Everybody's good? Perfect. So the next little list that we're going to write is a list of good habits that we would like to sort of get and we'd like to replace our old habits with. Right, so pick an old habit. So for example, with the scrolling on Facebook or scrolling on Instagram or something, if you're just mindlessly scrolling on Instagram and Facebook, maybe if you're a photographer and you're looking to do a shoot soon in the next week or so, maybe you're scrolling on Pinterest or you're scrolling on something that's going to give you ideas. So you can still do the scrolling, just make it a bit more productive for what you want to do later on. So sort of work along those lines.
Just before you get started, just for my own interest, who had not spent so much time on social media on the list? It's just my fault.
Some of you are lying.
I'll pass the torch to you. Thanks. Can I get the lowdown on some bad habits?
Yep, negative thought patterns.
Yep.
Using alcohol to escape the difficulties of life, which I'm sure some people do as well.
I'd say most of the country. That's a big part of our culture.
Yep. Easy one is like reading the news, so I've actually stopped doing that recently, and it's so much better. Because I would just scroll on stuff all the time and just read a whole lot of shit.
I mean, there's so much news every day. And, you know, the newspapers tend to pick things that are over-sensationalized to get readers, so it can be a pain hearing about Trump for 4 years straight or whatever it was.
Good habits, positive thought patterns, developing some more exercise habits outside of what I already do, and stop reading the news. So yeah, that's I've kind of already done that one. But what else did I put? Believing in myself some more.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
perfect. Perfect. All right, you guys.
I need to be more present. So I'm not always on social media, but I'm always working. So I'm in a, you know, saying I hated my job before the bank. So I'm the opposite now, where I love my job and I get home and I just keep working. And then of course I have my wife on the couch. She's like trying to talk to me, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm still working or emailing and setting up meetings, which is cool. But I've got to realise that she'll soon get sick of that. So for me, it's just stop working, talk to her, talk to the person that's on the couch, and that was one of them. And the other one is the same before. I've got to stop eating the brownies and get back into off-season training and get healthy again. So yeah,
cool.
Replace the brownies with an apple.
Yep, nice.
Yeah.
What about yours? Am I allowed to hear something?
My worst one would be, too much like mindless time wasting on social media or online. So,
do you have anything you would replace that with?
I try, probably reading, you know, instead of just downtime mindlessly.
Do you have books readily available at home right now?
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
And I've also got reading for my uni work that I need to do, so that's like an easy swap.
Cool. I'd say that's one of my biggest ones too. Reading, needing to replace some screen time with reading for sure. I mean, I'm on for work all day. I'm on screens. Then I get home and I just stay on the screens too.
I know. Getting outside.
It's tough, right? Because it's that what do you call it? Serotonin rush. It's just like, oh, that's cool. That's cool, and it's hard to not say yes to that when you just feel like.
Definitely.
It's the easiest gratification, easiest satisfaction you can get lying on your bed. Just. Team, can I hear your bad habits and your replacements?
Scrolling social media. Eating bad foods for my body. Procrastinating studying. Waiting so long to pro family and friends. Mindless spending and being late to everything.
We talked about that.
Yes, we did. So then good habits. I would just want to cut out the social media altogether. I would read a book or something like that.
Do you think you have it in you to go cold turkey on social media?
Well, actually, Maddie has.
Nice.
And she's found it really good. So I don't even think about it.
Cool.
The only problem is that I use social media for my job. So I probably couldn't cut it cold turkey, but I would just put it aside.
Cool. Cool. What about yours?
Mine was definitely cutting out mindless scrolling would be my main one, because two things. It's mindless scrolling, but then it also plays into another habit of comparing myself to others.
That's the worst. That's the worst thing about social media.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'd love to see the stats of, you know how they've cancelled showing likes on Instagram?
Yes.
I'd love to see the stats of how that's related to like mental health in the States, but I think we're a while away from that having enough info.
Yeah, the only thing is that if you go on desktop, you can still see the number of likes. It's only on the mobile app.
Oh yeah, you can too. I saw that the other day.
Yeah.
Do you use desktop for scrolling, or are you more a phone person? Yeah, same. What social medias are you on?
I just mostly do Facebook and Instagram, but I
like LinkedIn, but that's more of like
You have one, sorry?
LinkedIn.
Ah, yeah.
But that's more for like
That's what do you call it? That's productive, right? Like
Yeah,
you can use that in ways. It's good to know your industry knowledge-wise.
Yes, exactly. And then like, is Pinterest a social media?
I'd say yes, but maybe not as damaging as I feel like Facebook and Instagram are, because they're. I don't know enough about Pinterest, to be honest. Only time I use Pinterest is like people send me mood boards, and so it's less like comparing for other people because it's just random imagery. It doesn't feel like one human's page. So maybe you could like just use LinkedIn and Pinterest more than Instagram, Facebook. I've quit social media a few times now, but I don't know. I've got to a nice point where I don't kick myself for scrolling. Sometimes you need a scroll. Sometimes you need to like sit down and just not think about anything.
I've definitely implemented things that make it really hard to let go of it. So like invitation to events.
Yeah.
Like I would probably miss.
Totally. I keep missing things because I don't use Facebook at all. But I'll now and then go on just to check my notifications and be like, have I missed anything? And yeah, it's annoying because most people I know, that's the only way to keep up with them unless I call them all the time. Yeah, it's tough, but nice. I like that. Carry on. Yeah. Should we get them to read out some of the switches?
Sweet. How are we going? Everybody done? All good? Cool. So with those two lists that you've got, who would like to share?
Yes, okay.
Would you?
Share over the space. Let's go.
Yes.
You actually inspired me.
Oh.
So one of my bad habits is that I compare myself to everyone and everything, and I was trying to find an alternative good habit to that, and I had a good chat with Miguel, and he suggested to celebrate my achievements and myself more, which is quite terrifying to put yourself out there a bit more, but I think that was a great way of kind of flipping it on its head and just little steps to kind of be like, yeah, I did this and it was pretty good.
Who? Anybody else agree?
Catering tonight?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That was by Gemma, by the way. I just amplified that because of my speakers. You can feel the warmth.
Yeah, the food is amazing. It was all getting cooked. Katie and Jared and I are flatmates, and it was all getting cooked in my house, and I couldn't eat it. So, but I could smell it.
That's torture.
Yeah. Anybody else? Thanks, Katie. Oh. Do we have to start paying? Yep.
One of them is drink more water.
Drink more water? Yep. Yeah, actually. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know. Yeah. Whoa. Cool. That's good.
Yeah, that's exciting.
That's good. That's good. I'm sure there's a lot of. I can hear glasses getting poured right now.
Yeah, also I know it's weird sometimes sharing things like this out loud, but just something you say could really affect someone else in the room. So if you feel like sharing, ask that.
One of my bad habits is being mean to myself. So just negative talk about myself that I'd never say about anyone else. So my good habit is treat myself like I'm my friend. Like if my friend was to do that dumb thing or do something, be like, it's okay, it's just a thing, it's fine, it's not causing any issues.
Cool.
Wicked.
Sweet.
One I have is I always say sorry too much about everything.
Yep. Yep.
Just had the whole room.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking about sort of like, have you actually done something wrong, or are you just a bit like conscious of what you've done a little bit and just own it a little bit?
Do you have a? Is that your shift for it to just be a bit more conscious of? Yeah, cool, great.
Wicked. Don't apologise for being yourself. You know, you're allowed to have like an opinion or a reaction. It's all good. Anybody else?
I'm just gonna really uplift you. 9 times out of 10, I'm saying sorry because people don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying sorry because you don't want to hold space for me, you know, and and the way that I operate in proximity to you. So I'm saying sorry most of the time because I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry that you don't actually know how to love me the way that I want to be loved. I'm sorry that you don't want to care for me the way that I need you to care for me. So I guess I'm just stretching your point, but I really felt that. So I was like, no. 9 times out of 10, I'm saying sorry because these peoples don't understand me. And that goes for, like, I'm not saying that me specifically, but I feel like the nuance of that, it's because I'm feeling like I'm not being heard. I'm feeling like I'm not being welcomed in this space, and it's not gendered or power dynamics or colors or anything like that. It's just as simple as humans are not relating to me in the now. Like, you've got your statuses, you've got your hierarchies, you've got all of these things, but you're an arsehole to me in the now. Don't quote me on that. I'm just surrendering to the now. And the now is that I want everybody to be authentic and really unapologetic about being selfish to you. Because you right now being selfish is educating us all. And I'm being selfish and listening to all of these things. But hopefully I can touch somebody and touch somebody's nerves or touch somebody's different communities that's actually working for them. So I was just talking to Jim about it, but I'm like, how would I talk to you if I understood that all of your people that you came from is in the room? And just because you're the living representative of all of your people, does that give me the disrespect? So I'm just pointing at you because I feel like you can handle me right now. Because you're nurturing a boss woman, so I'm like, you're nurturing. So I'm pointing at you and I'm like, how would I talk to you and love you and share knowledge with you and relate and connect with you if I knew that all of the peoples that added to your recipe, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, 500 grandparents coming into the room, and would I talk to them in the same space or not? Would I tell them, oh, I hate you, or you're doing it wrong, you're dumb? Would I say that if all of those people were in the room? Or am I just being so brave because one of you is represented? Am I being brave? You know? I'm releasing that. I'm going to cry but with the amount of love that I'm receiving in this room, so thank you so much.
Make him cry. Make him cry. Make him cry.
I saw a lot on people's lists about beating yourself up and not being nice to yourself, comparing yourself to people, etc. The fact that you came here today means you have already done this huge step of recognizing that there's some things you need to work on, and 99% of people on planet Earth aren't aware of things they need to be working on. So it might feel like some of the things you wrote on those lists are far away, impossible, but you have started already. So you should be really proud that you are here doing these lists and you're aware of your bad habits and you're aware of what you can change it to, etc. That already is miles past your average person.
Yeah.
Cool.
Any regulars that come to the seed events? Couple? Well, yeah. You know, like these events are like pretty unique opportunities to get a grasp on different perspectives within your home, you know, within your city. So, you know, the fact that you've come in here to listen to us talk and listen to where we're coming from and what we're doing just shows openness to soaking in more. So, like, the more of these events you come to, the more tools or things you can relate to. You might not get what we're saying now, but you might get what's happening next month.
you might get what's happening next 2 months. Just say yes, you know, that's the thing. So the other thing as well, what you were saying about the now, something that just like popped into my head. My ancestors brought it to me. Happiness can only be felt in the now. Right? So a lot of people that have...
You need to drop that again.
Yeah. Don't drop the mic. So happiness can only be felt in the now. You can't feel happiness in the past or in the future. You can remember happiness, you can hope for happiness, but now is your chance to actually be happy. So even though you think, yeah, I'm at a seed event and I'm at a workshop and I'm doing it doesn't matter. It's still an opportunity to be happy. So grab the now sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, wicked.
And a big part of doing this list was not so this one moment changes everything for you. It's these exercises that I do regularly, writing bad habits, finding new good habits, writing goals, changing those goals. Now that you've done it once, it's like trying something for the first time that you're nervous about, and I'm hoping that you all, having done this now, are able to continue writing goals lists, continue writing bad habits lists, etc. And don't kick yourself if you don't at all. But every time you remember that, oh, that's a thing that I've done once that helped me in some way, or I can foresee might help me in some way, then do it again.
Every time you see a sleeping basketball, write that list. Yeah.
All right, come on, give them some love, man. That was some All right, Q&A, and then just quick. So remember, we're already operating in love, so these depths of understanding and knowledge in the space. So Q&A right now, but before we jump in the Q&A, do we have already questions? So give me some clicks if we have any questions already, so I can get an understanding, or do we need some time to come up with some questions? All right, while the questions are going, please jump into that space of thinking, and if something's coming up to you and you can feel some sort of drum happening, I already know every time I feel that situation, I'm like, okay, it's calling me. That's your ancestors, those are the whispers, that's your intuition. Right, so we're going to jump straight to the mana wahine at the back for our question 1. Kia ora.
This is for Miguel. How do you persevere when you know you're losing in a game?
Okay. I thought about this the other day. Okay, so the biggest thing in pool especially, it's all about your mind. Like it's all about keeping like a solid sort of headspace. So the shots and stuff, like you don't even actually play anybody. When you're playing, no one else can do anything to the table. You're just sort of playing yourself. So the biggest thing is, if I'm going to lose or if I'm going to fail, I'm going to do it right. So like I'm going to make sure my technique is good. I'm going to make sure that this is good. I'm going to make sure I'm running through. If I'm going to go down, I'm going down swinging, right? So like,
let's go.
Yeah. So there has been times where there's like one particular time that I remember. There's like first to 7 games, and I was down 6-1, and I was just like, man, you can't like lose like this. And basically I was like, as long as I just keep to my fundamentals and like forget about everything else, like it just sort of happens. Like it just.
So how did you do that?
I'm loving that you're stretching him.
So I think it's got to come from like a place of like flow, if it makes sense. So there's like sort of this idea like the flow state, and whereby if you are, sometimes you feel it when you're having fun. Time flies by and everything just becomes this big, awesome, euphoric feeling. That's sort of a state of flow. And that's usually when your practice or the amount of practice or preparation that you've done is on par with the challenge in front of you. So to prepare for those moments, you've got to practice and prepare beforehand and get ready for that sort of tough moment. And then after that point, it's just you're getting tested. So all those failures, there's plenty of times where I've just crumbled, absolutely crumbled under the pressure, and like, but there's always a couple times where you get into that state of flow of, best way I can describe it is love. Love for what you are doing. So when you are spending time with someone and you enjoy what you're doing, you love that moment. You're so infatuated with it, you don't care, you're happy with that moment. It's the same thing. So I'm just lucky enough that I can find that in pool. And that's sort of what I can say to that.
Alright. Do we have any other Yes?
So I know a lot of people who is just when I ask them what their goal is or what they want to achieve, they don't know. They are just going by life. They don't know what they are doing and what they are doing. Like my friend just went to uni because she had no other options. Like she was like, I'm going to uni because that's the only thing I can do.
Been there. Yeah.
And it's like, how do you have those people find their goals? Like how do you have those people set a goal when they don't even know what they want in life?
I think it's important. So the question was, how do you know, if you're someone that doesn't have goals or you're struggling to find that one thing, how do you find it? So I literally went through that exact thing. Tried so many different courses and whatnot. I've done as many different jobs. I've never been in one industry. I've bounced around from heaps of different things. And I don't know, I think of myself as like a journeyman. You just try. If you don't like it, you carry on. Like that's the best part about all of this, is that there's no judgment. So like if you know someone, or if you are that person that's in that space of trying this, trying that, don't have the goal, don't have that's fine. It's all good. It's all just about patience, knowing that it will come and you will
Yeah, but it's like they don't, like, like she's studying social science, my friend, computer science, and she's like, she doesn't know where her degree is going to take her, and I'm trying to tell her to give herself time and to like try something else, but she's like, no, then I have to pay more money, for the student one, and it just she's feeling like she's confused, she doesn't know what she wants to do, and just don't know how she could find that something that she actually loves and cares about.
Okay, my suggestion, or my idea would be, so when you pick something, say I really want to be a social sciences teacher, right? That's what I'm going to do. You do all the planning, blah 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 blah. That's what I'm gunning for. No matter what, even if you become that teacher or not, you are going to figure out a new plan. You're going to get to a point where you're going to go, she might be thinking, oh, I don't know now. And then 6 months down the track, she's going to go, this is not me, I'm done. And if it is her, she'll carry on. If it's not her, it's fine. But regardless, she's picked something, picked a goal, gone towards it, thought, nah, and then detour. It's okay, it's fine.
So I also just want to put it there, I think you're taking a lot of responsibility for your friend. Give it back to her. Let her scratch her own curiosity.
The thing is, like, she thinks that she has to figure out everything herself. She doesn't ask for help. And I'm trying to make her understand that she's not alone. She doesn't have to know everything. There are people who can help her. She's afraid to ask for help.
Ooh, okay, yeah. I feel like there's layers to the onion. I'm going to pass it over there again. Just your first question, I feel like I want to hear Diaz's response to your first question. How do you...
So, if you know that you're losing, how do you persevere?
I mean, I personally just think I'm going to win until the very end. I don't ever think I'm about to lose. But the challenge of getting to a mindset where you can hold yourself in a moment like that and know you're going to win, it's one of those muscle memory things. It takes practice. You have to be losing 100 times, and in those 100 times be like, no, got this. To get to that point, it's not something that you're all going to walk away from here tonight and be able to be like, oh, they said this, now I know I'm going to win constantly, because it's a pretty deeply ingrained thing in us to worry about losing and failure, etc. But yeah, I personally I hold on to the very end, and quite often, like Miguel said, holding on can help you win.
So even when you see that you're losing, it's not even a thought that you're losing. I did an example earlier that was like, UFC fighters. One could begin like the bash, and then all of a sudden just switches, and then he wins.
Yeah, I mean, UFC fighters have an insane mindset. Like, those guys go in there to eat people and then are convinced they're going to destroy this human from the get-go. I don't know. I think that. I mean, I think you would find most athletes who are of the different tier to your average human. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, etc. They would tell you it's all mindset. Like Miguel said as well, it's all mindset, and if you can just harness that leading up to that game, then win or lose, you've got that mindset of, no, I've got it. And I think it's a massive problem to be worried about losing, because the second you worry about losing, you're probably going to lose. That's very generally speaking. There's
A lot of the
miracles.
top athletes use visualization techniques. So, like prior leading up to it, like we've got lots of friends who are quite high up in sport that literally visualize seeing themselves winning every single time. So even through their training, they're visualizing seeing themselves hit, like most of my friends do weightlifting, so like hitting the lift. So that there is them training their mind to see themselves winning before they even get to the platform.
Right.
Yeah, and the same works the other way. So if you walk in there and you see it, you give yourself that moment of, I'm probably going to lose this, then you're done.
Yeah.
You're done. So, yeah, awesome.
Also, the whole mindset of, sorry, I'm just trying to form this in my head as I go. Nothing.
Sorry, last question for over here, just for sake of time, and I know we're not time bound, but they're both available on social media. Slide into the DMs.
I just want to quickly add to your question. I do fighting sports, and one of the things that our coach does for us to prepare us for fighting is that he puts us in the ring with all of the best fighters and makes us fight each one of them one after the other, and you don't get a rest when they all get the rest. So you have already lost, you've already seen what it's like to completely get annihilated, and then after that when you go into the ring, nothing's going to be as bad as that moment was. And so anything that you've dealt with, like, it's nothing, you will not feel it, it's just fine.
Straight into the cookie jar, right?
Yeah.
Shark Tank, a gauntlet of people.
Well, come on, guys. We all know pressure creates diamonds.
But I do have a question as well.
Yes.
So one of the things that I have is that, no, that's not really a question, but they told me that I had to say it. I'm asking for advice, maybe. I will never be content with anything I ever achieve, because as soon as I've achieved it, my goalposts have already shifted to the next level. And I'm either comparing myself to other people or comparing myself to that next level, that I feel too embarrassed to even say that this was my achievement, because my goal's already so much higher than that. I'm like, that's pathetic almost compared.
There's levels to that. One, our culture specifically here in Aotearoa is very, don't big up yourself. How that started, I don't know. But we're not great at giving ourselves props. It's just something we're going to have to keep working on and help everyone around us do. Sorry, the second thing you said, ADD again. Can you just refresh me on...
Oh Lord.
Oh, sorry. Being content can sometimes be a flaw. I'm never content that I'm where I want to be, ever, and that's what keeps me going. I feel like complete contentment is loss of drive sometimes. It's good to have moments of complete contentment, like when you get home, you finish the day and you're like, yes, everything is incredible. But if you have that 24 hours a day, you're not going to go and do anything else, so you shouldn't kick yourself for lack of contentment.
Yeah, I think I'm almost scared to give up that drive, because it's also got me so far, but it's just never made me happy of where I've gotten either, because I can never be satisfied.
Yeah. I think just what I do regularly, I'd be thankful every day when I get home for everything that happened. Out loud, I'm a big believer in saying things out loud. That's why I think prayer for a lot of people does so much, because you're saying it out loud. And if you think it in your head, you're stretching the muscle just in there. But if you say it, you're stretching it with thought, and you're hearing it back in to double strengthen. So saying out things out loud, like I know it's really cliche, but looking in the mirror being like, you're a strong, independent human, you don't need no one. Like doing that all the time is very powerful. It might seem silly in the moment, but you do that 100 times before you know it, that little thing in your brain is, you feel a little bit more like a stronger, independent person. Sure.
Yeah, similar thing. I'm very much the same. Like, once I've done something, it tends to be behind me, and then it's whatever's there. But it's not a bad thing to want to keep pushing, as long as you give yourself time to like celebrate that achievement and like share it with people. And it is tall poppy. It's just that feeling of like how often do you tell people about what you've done in terms of your achievements and what you?
I really don't. Like, I will achieve it and then I'll be embarrassed about it because I'm already looking at that next thing, and so I'm too embarrassed to tell people that was something that I was like gunning for, because by the time I get there I'm just like, oh, it's not actually that good.
So amongst those people, how many of them can do what you do?
Depends on what it is. Sometimes I have like won national competitions and things, but then I'm like, internationally is average.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But it's a big, you just got to celebrate your achievement because you worked hard. It's not like it was given to you. It's not like you just woke up and here it is and here's your achievement. Like, you put hours, months, like years into it. So if you can't give yourself this 1 week of like, oh, I did it, then all of that is kind of just I don't know, hard work and then no champagne at the end. So yeah, it's a tough one, but it just sounds like you're very driven.
Also, when I started being thankful out loud, like I literally got home last night and just said thanks for what's going on. I didn't actually start to feel thankful for like months after doing that. It's something you have to feel thankful to say it out loud. But just saying it out loud helps you eventually like start to feel what you're saying because you're saying it so often.
Just on that, maybe celebrating the journey rather than the destination or where you got, all the little bits to get yourself there, it might help.
Yeah. How do you do that? Like,
acknowledge it and write it down. Yeah.
And by writing it down, like, there's so many different ways that you can write it down. You can write it down like painting, like, so I feel like, to me, I really want a nuance because I really believe in that. But painting, expression, like being out in nature, like talking to mountains, to trees, to oceans. There's so many ways that you can write it down. You know, there's so many ways that, and you need to find one that actually is in proximity to your body and all the listening skills that you have with your heart, your gut, and your mind. So I feel like that is entrusting you to explore and scratch curiosity, to see where your writing down is, and to see, I don't know why, this feels so like preachy. Okay, cool. But do you know what I mean? I feel like, to me, I'm just really, really trusting that like you already have the answers, but I think the more that you look outside for your answers is the more that you start to realize that you're trusting in everybody else's intelligence, instead of trusting in your own intelligence and intuition. And I'm not saying that everybody else's intelligence is irrelevant. That's not the argument. I think you need to find stepping stones, and that's when, you know, these tools can actually be really helpful. Stepping stones and tools are really helpful, but at the same time, I really want to emphasize that your own intellectual property, that's the juice. That's the mana. That's what you're going to bring into the world without even, because you don't have to copyright that, or you don't have to say, oh yeah, I learned it from McGill. You might have learned the tools from McGill, but at the same time, you got another tool from Diaz, you got another tool from your mum and dad, and then at the same time, you've got your own way that you can paint this narrative and paint you as your ancestor to be. You know? You've got your own curiosity to scratch. So I feel like I just want to round us off in that element. And just please give another round of applause to our intelligence colleagues. Right now, when you're clapping for them, you're clapping for their mothers, you're clapping for their grandparents. Come on, you're clapping for all the people that done for you. So that's why I don't want you to look at people as individuals. They come as a recipe. And if their recipe is food, their recipe is DNA, they come as a recipe, and I don't want us to lose that, because then we lose the magic of people. And I feel like the magic of people is where I'm at. So with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Hayley, who's got some words and some koha for. Well, koha, just the koha, yes. And so after Haley, I just want you, so I want to embrace the silence, and I want you to move yourself into the room in silence to someone that you haven't connected with, or someone you feel like you haven't actually had a chance to talk to. So go and connect with that person and maneuver over to the wall over here and answer one question before we're going to wrap it out, and then that's how we're going to end today. Thank you so much, and please know that this is just the start, but at the same time, as soon as we're finished the wall, come through for one last picture just to capture this moment, the now that you can grasp onto happiness, okay?
Kia ora everybody. I would just like to say a really huge thank you to Diaz and Miguel. That was an insanely good workshop. I know I got a lot out of it, and I'm sure all of you could agree. Mind blowing. So thank you very much. And we've just got a little bit of a gift for you, for your mahi. Yeah, thanks.
Come on, run up. Alright, so just move now, everybody. If you can just move to somebody that you haven't connected with, and walk to the wall. And just lean into the uncomfortable uncertainty.
I think we need to
flow, like it's circulating. It's kind of transparent walking.
It was
And now
very, my thing was kind of like, it's like it got to a certain point and it just got static. And it got stagnant, so it takes some gross yucky shit. And now
Come on, bring your energies, your bodies this way, Fano, come on. I'm sorry to push you, but it's been so juicy and it's like that. Time has run out, Fano. We need to take our photo to capture this moment. Come on, maneuver.
I'm always the one lying down. Oh, okay, fine.
Alright, come on. If you can't smell somebody's armpit, you're not close enough.
We'll just start deliberately smelling each other's armpits.
Get in the photo, last one. Wait, so while we're waiting, I'm just going to give this time to Gemma, so at least that way she can round us off with some final thoughts as I maneuver to different spaces and
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much everyone for coming together tonight. I wanted to close this off with a thought, which is that 95% of our goals come true with accountability. And so as you leave tonight and go to your car, jump in the bus, get an Uber, however you fly out of the space, you're going to message one person to keep you accountable to a couple of key actions that you discovered tonight that you're going to take to shift your energy into activating your dream space, yeah? So one person you're going to reach out to after tonight, share those 3 to 5 key actions you're going to do, and ask them to hold you accountable. Send you a text message back in a week, ask a question, send a message back in a month, check in. Leave what you need with that person to make your dream come true. Yeah?
Ready? Hang on. I'm just Come on, guys, it's a sign. So funny. Hey.
Anybody behind it?
Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, everyone wants to yell seed. 3, 2, 1, seed! One more time. Okay, 3, 2, 1, seed! Alright, I want you to be unapologetically authentic right now, so you know what I mean. Unapologetically authentic, do something really wacky, weird that's in the now right now. Okay, 3, 2, 1, wait, one more. Your phone locked. You can swipe the camera up with no lock. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, seed! Safe travels, everybody, safe travels! If you have time to help pack down, we help.